Welcome to this video. Thank you so much for tuning in and sharing in this now moment with myself and with one another. If you haven't seen these videos before, welcome back if you have. My intention is unity and oneness and the highest levels of love light. I'm obviously in my car, so I won't be looking at the camera quite as often. The energies, wow. I just want to go into a little flow, and we'll just kind of play with that. It's the 16th of February when I'm filming this, and the energies last night were unbelievable. Much like I experienced 4 years ago. Saw these beings in my room, saw all kinds of faces and geometries, and had movements going on around in my body that just naturally wanted to come through, right? So I'm just going to go into a little flow. And so we hear, so we hear, so we hear, so we are here. So we hear, we are, here we are. Lots of plays on words, guys. Here we are moving to a new state of development, a new state of awareness. And as we hear with a deeper sense of proprioception, a deeper sense of inner reception, we allow ourselves to de-scramble, unscramble that which has been scrambling our wires. That which we have been on the fence about, we now move through. We move out of the art of self-defense and move into and onto, I'm hearing, we are the fence. I'm literally seeing this as a play on words, and I'm seeing this as like we're a net. There's so much available to us, more than meets the five senses, more than meets the eyes. For as we say, I see, as we see within this new sea of individuality reflecting back as a whole, we recognize that within our own individual platform lies the ability to process at such a higher rate of consistency. It allows us to step out of the bandwidth that is non-unification and allows us to play with the band in our own store of information. For we are walking assets, if you will. And as the true information comes tumbling out, so to speak, as we recognize that we have been described as weak, yet this is a profound understatement, a profound, I'm hearing misinformation found. For we are no weaker than the beliefs that we carry. We are no weaker than the weakest link, so to speak. For we are linked together now as a chain of, I'm hearing democracy, and I'm being asked to play with that. Democracy. I'll have to write this down. I'm seeing that we're demoing, like we're demolishing an old framework. I'm hearing crow. Oh, we could go. I just went a little bit quantum, so the energies are kind of big. It's big. I'm gonna stop light. We play with many different reference points as we allow ourselves to light up the grid, as we allow ourselves to sparkle from within, as we become, I'm hearing the Iliad, the id. Isn't that Freud or Jung? Carl Jung. We are the Iliad Odyssey, so to speak. We are the Odyssey. We are... It's one of them days. Ashtawati ki neki wahano. being reminded what my dear friend Kat said. As the monsters come out of the closet, as we recognize the monsters, we are the monster. So this was a joke because she had said she had some visitors, some beings that were connecting with her, and she was reminding them by speaking her sovereignty, you don't want to mess with me, I am the monster. And I'm recognizing that this is a key ingredient to what we are being invited to see. We are the creators of our reality, and that which is unfolding before us, we have created. And in being guided to talk about this, I remember Cryon said this years ago, and I was just like, at the time, blown away. It was so simple. And he was like, you are your guides. I didn't like that, because how could I be my guides if what I'm asking them for knowledge? And so it's a big, what I'm seeing is it's a convergence of all of these energies, and it's a convergence of us. We are the grid. And it's what I'm seeing is this fluctuation of all of these networks and molecules and plasma and colors and sound. And it is source. It's the source of the stream of energy and frequency and patterns that then converge, mingle, commingle, converge to create reality. And I'm seeing someone step forward with the key. Like, we're holding the key. There is not just one key. We are the key. Yet we are being asked to turn the key from within. For we cannot keep dialing into the wrong combinations, the wrong combination locks. Wrong is not the right word, so to speak. We are being invited to think before we speak, or better yet, get out of the think, speak tank. Get out of the speak, think tank. Oh, I'm seeing this play on words. So a lot of people are just speaking, and they're not coming from sovereignty. They're not coming from feeling. It's not feel what we speak before we speak it, and feel into it to recognize that the words that we are saying, it's time to get out of the old thought processes and the old paradigms, and to recognize that there is so much energy right now in our midst, that is being offered to assist us in our movements, in our patterns, in our conversations. I'm having this reference to Conversations with God. If you guys have ever read that book, it's amazing. Classic. I think it's Neil Donald Walsh, Conversations with God. And we are this source. We are these frequencies. We are the beings. We are the masters. We are the angelics embodied. And I'm hearing it's time to step forward. We're being handed the key. We are the key. Let us key in the correct codes and combinations and unlock that which has been keyed into our framework. For we are recognizing that a deeper essence of who we are is being exposed. And some of this comes up as a shadow, as shadow goes. I'm hearing we are being invited to see past the end of our nose. We are being invited to stop looking down our nose and to recognize there is a deeper holy grail hidden within. For we are a walking, this is a big play on words. I'm seeing Monty Python. I'm seeing Monty Python. I'm seeing the python. I'm seeing the snake. I'm seeing the caduceus, the medical caduceus. I'm seeing the caduceus of the kundalini, the spine. I'm seeing a reference to the naked. What's that show? The Monty, the full Monty. I'm hearing we are the full Monty. And I'm seeing that we're being exposed. Many of us are feeling exposed because it's showing our deeper battles within, so to speak. I'm hearing shedding the old skin, the snake skin, and birthing that which is within. And I'm seeing again this new snake. This is not a bad thing. This is a reference. It's a shedding of the old and the birthing of the new. And I'm hearing we're stepping into our new skin. So it's like we are the masters embodied, and we're stepping into this new version of us. If we could just see that, if we could allow ourselves to, again, see past the end of our nose, not look down our noses at others, and to recognize, I'm hearing our senses. So it's like that old sense of, this smells fishy, something doesn't smell right. Using our senses and recognizing what all of those mean, because they are part of our deeper communication with our bodies and with source, and recognizing that it's time to get out of our heads about a lot of this. So this goes back to what I was saying earlier about the think tank. I think I said that in the beginning of this video. That's been a tank that we've dunked ourselves into, thinking that's the only tank, is this thought process. But Spirit has a way of communicating with us on a I'm stopped now, so I can just kind of speak. Spirit has a way of communicating with us on a really multi-dimensional way, because Spirit is multi-dimensional. And as we allow ourselves to go deeper beyond the thinking, beyond, I'm hearing the membrane, the memories and the brain. So recognizing that once we go past the memories in the brain, we tap into a deeper architecture, a deeper vocabulary, a deeper receptacle is what I'm hearing. And this helps us to open and be more receptive to all of the information that we are already holding. For we are holding things within us that we are remembering, and in this process we are de-scrambling. So I'm seeing this into 10 different ways. So what happens is many of us are stuck worried about certain things, whether it be certain truths or certain disclosures or certain reality concepts, and it's good to be knowledgeable and understand and be aware. But on the flip side, we can be too ingrained in that, we can be too tunnel visioned, we can be too judgmental, and we may not be able to use our senses as we look. It's like we're looking at the surface. So if you're looking past your nose, you're only seeing really close in front of you, and you're not using your nose for your full sense. You're just looking with your eyes. And there's so much more too. Te amo, te kustai, te neo. So I'm just being reminded to share with everybody that they have a capacity for a deeper knowing. And that's what we're accessing right now. And we're coming into this space of this letting go of these old patterns, of recognizing and recognition of patterns. So it's like recognizing what our old patterns are, a release. And I'm sorry, you guys, if this film stops. I'm in a film. I'm running out of room here, but it's also recognizing the patterns that are being presented for us to be processed, and they will show up to us over and over again. So for example, I'm paying attention to everything around me in my environment, and when I'm not, I recognize, oh, somebody said that 2 days ago and I wasn't paying attention, but now I'm hearing it again, so it's time for me to pay attention. That is a pattern that is coming up for me to recognize and therefore unpack. This is also in our physical bodies. So some of us are starting to see certain things about certain foods, or sometimes we wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and we're full of these creative ideas and expressions. Sometimes all it takes is us getting up and writing them down, and it's a release, and we can go back to sleep. And that might be just the way that our body is processing right now in order to communicate with us, because we're holding on to so much stuff. Now, that means knowledge, ancient lost knowledge and concepts. We can be hanging on to emotions, we can be hanging on to thought patterns and beliefs, but I'm seeing this has a lot to do with the beliefs about what's coming down. So there's a lot of being brought into our reality that's being brought into our awareness, and we're already, I'm hearing we're blocking the connectivity that these synapses are trying to make. And I'm seeing again this reference to Monty Python. So humor, it's fun, it's funny, it's a laugh, find laughter, recognize that there's more, it's not so serious. There is a lot of things being exposed that are serious and bring about frequencies that create emotions, that create the need to release. And that's okay too. But we have to find and get back to the inner child and laughter. White Jaguar came up for me a lot today, and the recognition for me is Jaguar is sheer power. I'm thinking Jaguar. Jaguar. Anyways, it's power and magic, and it's that. But at the same time, it's light. It isn't, because usually if we think of a Jaguar, it's I think of Black Panthers and Jaguars as big cats, and I'm thinking that it's kind of an anomaly. And this inner power is coming through, and it's lighting up power. So not that this is white or black or dark or light or any of that. I'm just sharing that it's this. I'm being shown the scene from Harry Potter with the stag, the white stag, and it lights up. It's like this symbol for us to focus on right now. We're getting a lot of that to focus, to help to pull us into our inner child. And I'm hearing Fantasyland. But Fantasyland, sometimes we need to balance with reality, but also to bring back our humor. I'm hearing again our humorous, because everything is clicking into place, Dorothy. And there's certain moments like this where we have these huge swells of energy. It's like this wave, but it's a swell. And when I say swell, I think swell, which reminds me of the 50s, and it's like a time warp. Let's do the time warp again. So it's like this time warp, but at the same time, it's a swell of information that then bubbles out, and I'm hearing a blister in the sun. So this has reference to do with sunspots and all of this, and also a pop. I'm hearing pop goes the weasel because the weasel goes pop. So what happens too is this pop, it's a new place of information. It's information that is bursting forward. It's bubbling up, and it creates a push in the direction of expansion. I'm also hearing that our reality bubbles are being popped. So even our concepts about the sun, our concepts about what the sun is, and I'm hearing black hole sun, it's a portal. I'm hearing it's a sunscape. There's so much coming through about that right now, but I could go into so many different directions. Pop is, I'm hearing it's a new, what is it called when you have a new domain, but it's iMac, it has something to do with pop? I have to look this up. Okay, I had to figure it out. I was hearing iMac, but it's IMAP. And basically it's saying post office protocol. POP means that all of your email is downloaded from your internet service provider to your own personal computer and deleted from the server. Ooh, and I see that as so symbolic right now, because not only is the information being popped, our bubbles of reality are popped, our beliefs are being popped. How big can we swell? And it's get out of the head. Don't have such a big head. The swelling here, it's about swelling from our heart and swelling into a bigger expression and expansion and acceptance and gratitude and all of these frequencies and dimensions and morphing and melding. But I'm also seeing this as a reference to all the information has been downloaded into us. And yes, we're connected to Source, our server, yet the old server that all of this stuff is connected to is being deleted, from my perspective. The right word is assimilated, not deleted, but assimilated. So it's being taken into a new energy and transmuted, assimilated, and we're taking and breaking a lot of this information down and rewiring it. So we are the server at this point. The star seeds are the servers. And this is also a play on words, service to self or service to others or service to all. In essence, I see it as we are the servers serving one another in service to the greater good of love, light, of expansion, of expression, of creativity, and harmony and bliss. And again, bliss is coherence to me. It's a stabilization and a balance. It isn't just like everything is sunshine and rainbows all the time. It's balance and a connectivity that we're experiencing. So I'm hearing that everything is being rerouted through us. And as we have this information rerouted through us, that which has been binding us to a different stream of frequency and time stream is at a loss, is losing its platform, because we're not following that anymore. We're like, all right, bring it on. It's inside of us. It's been downloaded to our servers. We are of service, and here we are. And that old server, we're in true service, true source, true connection. That old service system is no longer needed. And that's what I'm hearing. So I'm going to end on that note. And in love and light, I'm just playing with words today. Have a beautiful day. To be continued. Namaste.